All right, we want to solve cosine of x equals negative 0.65 on 0 to 2 pi for the values of x. We're given that there's two solutions, a and b, where a is the smaller value, b is the larger value, and we want our solutions accurate to 3 decimal places. Okay, so you might be tempted right off to solve for x to simply just go cosine or inverse cosine of negative 0.65. But we don't actually want to use the negative 0.65. We're going to want to find the inverse cosine of positive 0.65. And the reason we use 0.65 and not negative 0.65 is because the reference angles are measured from the x-axis and are always positive regardless of the original sign of the cosine value. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and solve for that, which we will get. And you should be using a scientific calculator, but I just have a graphing calculator here, so I'm going to just find the solution that you can do the same thing on your scientific calculator. And that will give us, to 3 decimal places, approximately 0.863. And make sure you're in radians, so that's radians. Okay, so if we're going to find our two solutions, notice that since we actually have negative 0.65 and not positive 0.65, that we will want to consider which quadrant we're in. If we're going to have a cosine of some value being negative, then, and remember, cosine is the horizontal distance, the x part of our coordinate. Sine is the y, the vertical. So if we have a negative value from cosine of x, then that means we're in the second and third quadrant for our solutions. Okay, so in order to find this, to find the value in quadrant 2, which will end up being our A solution, we will um, do pi minus 0.863. And that will give us our solution that is in the second quadrant. And that would be approximately 2.278. And then to find our value in the third quadrant, which is B, our larger value, we would do pi plus 0.863, which is approximately 4.006. And yeah, I did this on my calculator before, but I'll show this. So pi minus 0.863, and then we will also do pi plus 0.863. Okay, and that's how we get our solutions. Oh, it looks like that might actually be a 5, maybe due to rounding error. Did I enter it right? Yeah, it looks like it. And this is actually a 9. Either way, that's how you would go about finding the solution. So that would be 2.279 and 4.005. Depending on how you round things, you'll get the following solutions. Okay, so anyways, that is how you go about finding these two solutions using the cosine function when you have a negative value for cosine of x. To find the values of x, they'll be in quadrants 2 and 3, and you'll find them in the following manner. All right, let me know if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help. Good luck.